let your kingdom come, let your will be done on earth. That's a request. So the thanksgiving will be what? If I'm thanking him for it, how would that go? Thank you for letting your kingdom come. Thank you for letting your will be done. Thank you. I agree with you. I support you. You know? Yes. Yeah. So the idea is the prayer now. Testing. The prayer now changes from just a routine request to an effective request. It's like I'm asking you, here what's happening. I need you to bring the shoes for me. And thanks, man. Thanks for doing it. No, you haven't done it yet. But the person telling you thanks. Here is the difference. The request that Jesus is making has been provided for already. Okay? Yeah. All right, good. Yeah, it has already been provided for. So Jesus is not praying or not asking you to pray something to force God's hands. That's not the focus here. The focus is more agreement. Let me tell you why the agreement is so. And it has to do with our second or fourth topic that we're supposed to do. And it has to do with the concepts of kingdoms, how kingdoms function. So I'm going to just give you a preview of that. All right, welcome. Here is the concept. I'm just going to give you a preview of the fourth session. Okay, I wish everybody was here to get this. The way kingdoms operate is that the children of the king are not the subjects of the king. They are not subjects. They are co-rulers, or as one scripture says, co-heirs. Right? So it's a partnership rulership. Okay? However, the children have less authority living in the same territory as the king. In other words, even though they're there and they're relating with king, with daddy, or mommy, if it's the queen, they don't have any authority. They only have authority that the queen gives at that place. However, if the king or queen wants their child to rule or be king and queen now, even while they're alive, they have to send them to another territory. Do you understand that? Good. So you being in a different territory, your request is not a beg. It is an agreement. I agree with you that the systems, the culture, the way things function, the morals must show up here. Just like it's in the home country. Right. Just like in the colony, just like in the home country. We're agreeing. That is why I said yesterday, you're going beyond the face to the heart, the subconscious mind. So you're not, the words is not changing. What is changing is that I'm praying with a different understanding, a different attitude, a different mentality. I'm not praying as a slave trying to ask a master to do something. Is the difference, right? It's like if you tell your son to do something and then you tell the servant of the house to do something, the way it's done or the attitude in which it's done is different. Okay? So that's the way. So the idea is that your request is not a beg. It is an agreement. So, and not only that, the fact that the resources has been provided to do it. You're not just asking only, you're thanking, you're saying, I just love how it looks. No, people still behaving bad, you know, but you're giving thanks. So the attitude is different. Now, that may seem
Now, with regards to the same in terms of the attitude being different, but then I've also heard ministers say, like when you're praying, in terms of not necessarily requesting, but more so in terms of not demand, but in terms of speaking with the authority in a certain way. So it's not necessarily like a request, not a way, like the opposite of begging, right? Like declaring and say, hey, this is so and so, this is so and so. But then, so it's both of them, not necessarily just that alone.
very good. Yes, it's both, because what is happening is that even as you are talking to Daddy about it, because he has given you authority over this area, and whatever you speak or whatever you declare, he has given the authority, or whatever you declare in that particular understanding or that particular attitude will be done. He will make sure the resources are available, the powers available, orchestrate everything to make it done on earth. But he's doing it from heaven in the invisible territory. So the declaration is not just word, because one of the challenge is that, yes, they're right. Here's the problem. A lot of people don't understand the mentality behind the declaration. So what happens? A lot of words come out, but there is no real agreement and belief that it is so. Right? It's two different things. So that is why we're dealing with what happens behind the scenes, what people don't see. Right? And what happens? The declaration a lot of times is made in the attitude of fear. I am afraid that the bandits get me, so let me declare safety. But in my subconscious mind, I am fearful. So that's why we need to deal with what's happening behind the scenes. Do you really believe that his safety is present? Well, let me test it. I'm going to bring somebody to test it. And let me see how you respond to the situation. That will tell me what's happening inside. So, you believe that you are rich, that your father has provided everything for you. Good. Well, let me try and take something and prevent you from getting paid on time. And a bank's calling you. Let me test it to see. Do you still believe that you're rich? It has to be tested. For you to believe it, it has to be tested. All right? Last week, my team and I had some serious challenge. I think is it last week? Last week. Oh, sorry. We had some serious challenges. So almost every night I was reaching home either 12 or after 12. Because battles left, right, and center. I mean, physical issues took place. Right? It's not just something where people just feel things. I mean, real issues took place. Police got involved, all kind of man. I mean, different things one after the next. People, some member of the team put money on her car to get some work done, and the bank couldn't find the money, all kind of stuff. One morning, one lady, she was combing her hair, and she couldn't move one hand. She had to end up in the hospital. All kind of things happened. I mean, real stuff. Real stuff. One person couldn't pay back something on time at one of those furniture companies that come and want to repossess. I mean, police show up because some man came with 15 guys to beat up one of them. I mean, real thing. Why? Let me tell you something. What we were doing was serious warfare, because we understand what was happening. When I tell you about the prayer system is supposed to do, this is not just, it should be done, you know. For you to actually revamp the communities, you have to have a prayer system in the background working while you go out and do your work. Right? So I was reaching home real late because from one meeting I had to go and help resolve some issue somewhere, come and meet somebody. I mean, real thing, up and down the place. And the I started laughing. I say, in fact, one of the nights, one of the partners were saying, I feel sorry for the devil. I say, yeah, boy, trying all kind of thing. I say, but that's okay. It's a spell. Trying a thing. You have to test it. It has to be tested. Do you really believe that you have the vision to set these people free and get them doing what they're supposed to do? You really believe that? Well, let me test it. Let me check and see. Let me see if you can smile under this. It has to be tested. Coupled with that, one of my favorite aunts, who is actually one of my prayer warriors, passed away just Tuesday morning. Prayer warrior passed away. Right? Funeral is next week. I had to go and pick up my mom to the airport, all kind of stuff. Testing. So it has to be tested. Right? Has to be tested. Because you know what God has shown you. You have a picture. That period is where, you have a question? Right. That period is where you get to, you have to know how to focus. Remember I told you about the focus issue? Right?
I'm listening to you speaking about it being tested. What is my question? What is the response or your response in that time? Because obviously you know that, as you said, you know it has to be tested. So even though you're expecting it, you know, sometimes I mean, like, hey, police, I mean, when things reach a certain way, like well beyond, you know, he'll be like, what's going on here? So what I'm asking is, what should the response, what should you really do, you know? In the test.
All right. During the testing, you keep your schedule. During the testing, the most important thing is to keep the schedule. In other words, I'm supposed to be here training. Where am I? Where am I? I was supposed to be here last night. Where was I? Keep the schedule. To reach that stage, there is something, and I will put it on some of you your sheets. You have to learn something of what is called surrendering ownership. Remember I said last night about praying for healing or praying for something? The prayer is not for your healing. The prayer is, if you don't heal this, you can't get your work done. So when you sit and God shows you the idea or the vision or the purpose for your school or your organization or the people you're supposed to solve, that's not your idea. So let me get that straight. Hear what I mean? This is your idea. You show me. If you want to get this done, I'm available. That's what I could do. All I could do is be available. I am ready. I'm not bogged down with all kind of stuff. I'm ready to go. But you have to deal with that to get your work done. You surrender ownership. I ain't own nothing. That's the first thing. But it comes to a place. So when we deal with not the next session, the third, the sixth session, the pursuing the kingdom, there you will learn now how to actually do the discipline process, right? But the next section deals with concepts of kingdom, which has to do with how kingdoms operate, the characteristics, different resources that you have available to you. And that way, mentally speaking, and even emotionally, you'll get to understand what is available for you, even during the test. But the most important decision is keep the schedule. You want me to get some work done? No, I'm available. I'm ready to get the work done. If for some reason I cannot move to go and get the work done, well, Father, this is your work. I'm ready. It's up to you.
And so keeping the schedule will include stuff like, so you're accustomed getting up 4 o'clock in the morning and to pray and to read your Bible. Keep the schedule.
If I am not well and I cannot go at 4 o'clock, that's not my issue. As far as I'm concerned, the government have the resources to heal me. If I cannot pay for the car on time, the government has the resources to pay for the car. They take the car and I can't reach on time. Well, I can't help you. You have to make sure that is paid on time so I could get here to get your work done. But I am available. That's the most important thing. You are available. Right? Let me tell you something. This has gone so far, I actually picture myself in a coma already. And felt good about it. I say, wow, this would be good to just see you just work things out on your own, Lord. That would be nice. I mean, you have so much people who could do this thing. Because it's not about me. It's not about me showing up. It's about him getting his work done. Paul put it this way. For me to live is Christ. To die is gain. So, it's in my heart to do the work. But if you want to take me home, are you ready to go? So it's getting to that point where you want to get the work done, but even with that, most importantly, you must show up. If you ain't going, I ain't going. If your resources, your power, your evidence not showing up, I'm not interested. This is not about me talking. This is about you showing up. So if you're not showing up, sorry. You have to you have to confirm to me, yes, I'm going to do this. Father, have to make sure. Right? There are things that people ask me to do, and I have to question him, should I do this? And if he answer me, you give me no confirmation. Say, well, if you're not showing up on this, I'm not going. If you're not providing some kind of evidence by what I'm going to say or help, then it's just me going to be there. I don't want to just be there. You have to be there doing something. So that's the stage you're getting at. That's why we say when you go through the list with the prayer, you're going through the list, understanding he has provided the resources for the daily needs, and we're going to go through the list even further today. And I'm thanking you as if it's already done. I'm giving thanks. For 1 Thessalonians 5:18, right? I'm giving thanks in what? All the circumstances, every circumstance. Huh? I was sick for almost a year. I didn't really know what was happening. And I still had to come and do worship, lead worship and all that. And I would leave home sick, feeling unwell, and come and start to do worship, and like everything gone, all sickness left, right? I would do the worship properly and everything, not feeling ill. Then a little bit after, go back to feeling ill again. And that went on for almost a year. But, you know, at the end of it, I received healing and I didn't even know when I got healed. It just happened during the process. And I can't really say what time it happened, but I know I got healed after enduring that year. You gave the testimony already? All right. You wrote it already? Yeah. You need to write that down. That's big, huge, enormous, humongous. Right? Write that down. Document that.
Kevin, again, and so the big issue for us is availability. Our availability will unlock a lot of doors to things happening. In a specific setting, yes. I mean, it's available broadly, but again, being open to being available. I mean, and having that kind of mindset. Again, really, it's not my will. It is not my my job. It's I'm on assignment for the government. I'm a diplomat. I'm an ambassador, and I've been posted in a particular place, and so I'm on assignment for the. I have to represent the government in a particular way.
Very good, very good.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you will find this a bit of a contrast, but I really believe in God's provision because I think I've lived most of my Christian life having to depend on God's provision. Now you will see part of that in my work, right? So give us this day our daily bread. I definitely agree with that. You know, I don't believe that, you know, I will pray and ask God for something, or especially anything to do with his work or anything at all, because I've come to realize how much the Lord really loves and is just looking to provide for me. But I have a question beyond well, I don't want to say beyond today, but sometimes you want to have a sort of financial freedom where you feel it. I need sometimes more than always having to depend, not that you don't want to depend on God and you want to be independent of him, but sometimes, you know, you're trusting God for something. Of course, you have to do something sometimes, right? In order for that to come to you, if you understand what I'm saying. I won't sit down here and say, okay, Lord, I need a car, send one, you know. Of course, I need to do some things to get what I want and trust him to do the rest for me. My question is this. What if you feel, listen, this is a need. I need this thing. I need a car, right? And I'm very wary of traveling, and I'm wary of this and I'm wary of that. And it seems to be taking forever. And it's not that God doesn't want to give you and all of that. What about that? Wanting, I don't think I should call it more than my daily bread. I just don't want to, I wonder if you understand what I'm asking, because I don't know how to really phrase the question. But yesterday I need a car. But it may not so much be, I can get along without it. I get from place to place. So is he giving me my daily bread? Yes, he's giving me my daily bread. Of course, I have a shelter. I have all my other needs being met in terms of food and protection and all of that. Otherwise, example, a car. Example, sometimes saying, oh, look, I feel to jump on a plane and go somewhere. That kind of thing? Right. Answer me.
Why?
Why what?
That's the question. That's the answer.
Why I need a car? Or why I need to... Why I need a car?
Why you need a car? Why you need the financial freedom?
Yes.
Why you need it? Why?
Because I need I need a car because I have these children, right? And it's very stressful having to look for transportation with them all the time. A lot of times it makes me late because by the time I have to wait for transportation, I have to get a whole car rather than you might find one space in this car here, one space in that car here, two space, you know? That kind of thing. Right. Now,
If I give
know
you,
at times we...
Let me ask you a question. If I give you $100,000 now, I want you to be honest with me.
Yes.
I give you $100,000 now. Can you tell me what you will do with it?
I'm buying a car. I'm telling you, I'm desperate right now.
And that's the problem.
Right. What?
Matthew 6:25.
Tell me. I know 33. What's 25?
Matthew 6:25.
Yes, read it for me. I know 33 very well.
Now, read 33. Now read 33.
Right, seek ye first. I know that very well.
So what is first? The car or the assignment?
The assignment.
So what's the reason for the car?
What's the reason for the car? Because let me put this in. Let me put this in. And you will find, watch me. Honestly, you will find that in here. Right?
What is the reason for the car?
What's the reason for the car? Many times I would tell my husband, I go here and I go there, generally, in terms of people in my community. And because otherwise, other than that, I have so much walking and so much traveling, sometimes I'm telling you, I'm too tired to go do what I need to do.
So what's the purpose of the car?
Okay. To get my assignment done.
Good. That's all he wants to say. Once the assignment is first, the car is nothing. The car be taken care of. But the assignment needs to be first. In here. In other words, you need to bother God, let him understand his assignment is getting hold up.
Well, I'm only now at the point of really bothering him. I've not been there before.
Not you not having a car has been held up. His assignment is being held up. Like for example, one of the things I do is that I do IT for different departments. So sometimes the secretaries might not get something done. Head of department or something, I ask them to get something done, and the technology is not working or not available. So I said, well, okay, I've tested it. This is not this needs to be replaced. I would inform the head of department. You need to replace this or get something done for the secretary, and I will let them know. It's okay. I've informed them. They would have to get it done, so you can get your work done. And they will call me a week, 2 weeks. I say, Kevin, I'm not getting this thing done because so and so not working. So I say, so I ask them. I say, well, how is home? I said, how is home? How do you mean how is home? I said, how is home? How everything? How the children going? And they was like, what? I can't get the thing typed. I can't get this done. The thing can't print. Yeah, but I want to know how everything going. I mean, how is St. James? You know, how everything going down there? And they can't. And I say, because I want to make sure everything at home okay. So yeah, everything at home is okay. I said, well, good. So well, don't fight up with these people. Once home is okay. Did we inform your head of department that you need to get that replaced? Yes, you did. Well, good. So it's simple. You can't get the work done until that's replaced. Don't take on anything. Your responsibility, you're available, right? You're at work? Good. You ready to do the work? Wonderful. There's nothing else you can do about that. That's not about you. So don't fuss. This is your assignment is being held up, Father. This is what is needed to get the assignment done. Cast your burdens upon me, because my burden is easy. My what? My yoke is easy and my burden is light. In other words, I ain't taking on nothing. That's what Jesus is saying. You know, follow what I do. Don't try to pray your own thing. Right? So if you're labored or what? Heavy laden, that's okay. Come, let me show you what to do. Let me show you what to do. In order for this to be built, this assignment, you need to provide the foundation work. You need to provide mortar, cement. You need to get men to dig the hole and tractors. So Daddy, I'm here, I'm on site. But we can't get the house up. The windows, people passing, they're trying to get from a place to sleep, but they can't get to any place to sleep because the foundation is not built. We have no tractor to dig the hole. I'm ready to build the house. I'm ready to work, ready to put up the windows. But I can't get the work done. But you have to go to him with what it takes. What will it take? Yeah.
Now, I see exactly what you said there, what you're saying, and I totally agree. Now, the other question in relation to that is, now you ask me why financial freedom. Now, of course, everything, and this is the truth, everything I seek to do, I ask God about it, because I'm not a person, I don't trust me. I don't trust my thoughts and opinions. I've learned that over the years. I ask God about it. Now, let's say you want to there's a cruise coming up. You just want to go and enjoy life. Just let me take a break, go on a vacation, right? Now, everything you're telling me here, I must associate it with the kingdom. No. Because when I didn't think about it like that, I would say, okay, I just want to go on a trip. Not that I want to ask God if I should go, right?
Okay.
But why can't I enjoy the earth?
I like the questions. Very good. Does Daddy want you to enjoy the earth?
Yes.
Right. You see the 6 things I gave you?
Right.
Those 6 things, Daddy wants you to be the best in those areas. Now, when going through the areas, let's say which one of those areas may relate to the cruise may fit into or relate to.
Which one of the areas?
Yeah.
Financial, social, something like that. Social, maybe?
No. I think, all right, we have a misunderstanding with social, and I'm getting that a lot. Social has nothing to do with just, the social I'm talking about is not to do with your socialization or social life.
Okay.
It has to do with something in society that you want change.
Right.
Right. Let's get back there now. Which one does it relate to?
Let me see.
Let's go
Off
through
the
it.
bat, I'm saying financial because what is it?
Going to the cruise is related to financial?
We have any personal then? Well, I didn't know any personal.
No, but it's not just you who want to go to the cruise. You want to go to the cruise by yourself?
Well, my husband.
Why so? What does that relate to?
Well, family, as she's saying, but I didn't do anything with family. I didn't even know.
No.
family was a-
So which part it be related to? Spiritual, relational.
Relational then.
Relational. Good.
Right.
In relational, you're making me fast at my trading, but it's okay. Let me do it. Am I going up or down? All right. Right. Okay. This is what you're supposed to be doing today. I was supposed to do a backdrop. This is how you're supposed to be going. Heaven is affecting earth. Spiritual. See the areas? Relational. See the areas? Physical. See the areas? Each of them. We're going through each of them. So if we deal with this, do you think Daddy wants you to have to be the best in those areas?
Most definitely.
So where does the cruise fit in? Tell me now.
Marriage there.
What is going to do for your marriage?
What
If you have secret things in there, don't tell me. But but you see what I'm coming at? You are not just saying I want to go to a cruise. Here's what's happening. This is what you showed us that you want us to do or to become in our marriage. This is what it's going to do. These are the ideas I have. What do you think? Look how wonderful this will be.
Well, to tell you the truth, what I was
For-
thinking
and make that
concerning-
done. Yes, go ahead.
What I was thinking concerning is that it's something like, Lord, this is what I told him, right? I said, all of these ungodly people enjoy your earth. That's what I said. Personally, I am your child. And I need to do the same. You gave it to me to enjoy. I didn't say anything about marriage or anything like that. That's what I said. I need to enjoy this. This is yours and you gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed to change that in. Okay.
Must relate to the assignment.
I hear you.
Must relate to the assignment. So it's directly each area. Go ahead.
I just want to make an observation.
And I agree. And I, just before you go, and I also agree. I'm going to train you how to be financially free. You know why? Because you need it for the assignment. That is a burden you don't need to have. You should not have. Right? And your daddy don't want you to have it either. So you have plenty of resources for you than against you. Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. Where I work, last year the OSHA put us out of the building. We are now not really in a building. We are kind of occupying space at another location. What happened since then? They still haven't given us a building. But some of my co-workers, they are getting a little frustrated and all of that, because it's fine. We're supposed to come and sign, and no matter where you're at in terms of location, you have to come and sign on the morning, and you do what you you go back home if you wish. Or I, on the other hand, after hearing all of that, I come to a conclusion that I realize they don't care. We are there for work. They are not providing the resources we need to do the work, and I don't need to fuss about it. I'm glad I came here so that I understand now why I related, why I felt so comfortable about it in terms of, hearing all that I heard here, so
Very
that
good.
is just an observation.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the focus is on the assignment. That must be your botheration. You must stress out daddy over that assignment. But of course, the process of finding it is the initial process, right? Of making sure you're sure, okay, of what it is. So I could tell you in one sentence what my assignment is. I could tell you where it fits in terms of the mission. I could even show you the company that has been designed. I could even give you the figure down to the last dollar that it will cost to set it up. Why? Because I had to go through it to learn it the same way. You have to learn to do the same thing. I'll show you how to do it. Right? The people that you'll need, the resources, the support, the systems you'll need, all of that for the assignment. Right? So the process is going through these different areas. Now, here is that thing, something I don't want to get trapped with this particular thing. There's a word called balance. We need to be very careful about that word. It's used by psychologists a lot to help people kind of have a handle on life. Here is the problem with that word. It does not create effect. It does not create impact. It creates ease. Live okay. So I have enough money, the bills have been paid good. My children have my time set aside for them good. I'm going to the gym, right? So I have that balanced time. But there is no impact. You are not creating an effect on society, in the world, in the people. You're not providing the solution you were born with. But you have an ease. That's the problem with that. So you have to be very careful with that word balance. Okay? And you have to know when to move one stage to the next. Right? Let's deal with that. So that's why we're going through this different thing. Now, I told you before we were going to separate them. So we had spiritual, and these are different areas. Now, why I have spiritual and personal as the same is because you are spirit. You have to get that in your head. The real me is spirit. I am spirit. My personality is part of my spirit. My character is part of me. It is spiritual. You can't see the real me. You have to get to that point. Okay? You are not your body. You live in a body. Okay? You live in a body. But you are spirit. So when people speak to you or threaten you or threaten your body, your physical body, what the scripture says? Don't fear those who could only kill the body, but he who can what? About body and soul. So you got to understand it's the difference. So you got beyond just the body now. The real me have some characteristics. So you're going to deal with that. You're going to work on that. Good. Relational, of course, you have the different area. Oh, sorry. Did you get that? No. Okay, sorry. All right. Right now, inside of spiritual, you have all the different things, your motives, intent. So that's why we have purpose there. Okay? Because your purpose is your intention. The reason why I'm doing all this activity. All the things that you listed about the activities that you do. The next stage now is to find out, where does this fit into the real passion that I have? The thing that's bothering me. The thing that I need to relieve. That I need to bring to the table. And of course, the size of it. There are one or two people here. I already pick up where they can go with what they believe in. I pick it up. Pick up the size that it could become. Right? Some people who have with their spouse, I see the difference, and I also see how the difference is actually complementary. But I come from training. That's why I need to have people who can work with me and take it to the next level. Any volunteers? Well, no, sorry, I don't take volunteers. Any commitments? I actually left an organization, and they still call me. I used to do IT support. I was the chairman of the IT committee several years ago for like about 10 years or something, 10 or 12 years or something like that. They called me, I think, and I said I had to move on. The reason was because the organization was run by volunteers who think volunteers, not volunteers who think commitment. And I told him, I said, no, I'm committed to this. I was committed to it, but I realized you're not really serious about making an impact. You're trying to run a nice organization. I'm not for that. I had to move on. Some of the men who sat on the board of this organization were businessmen. I mean, men who have businesses, real good, thriving businesses. Yet they did not bring their expertise to the organization. Businessmen, they have branches around the Caribbean and stuff. And they run it like by the side work. a work of God, an organization that is supposed to impact youths, and they run it like a voluntary organization. No, a little thing on the side. So now, you're supposed to be better than me. You're supposed to bring your expertise. This is supposed to be big. The nation's supposed to know, feel the impact of your organization. The kind of things that you all do, kind of expertise you all bring in, have from your training and from your companies that you run. One of them actually is so good that other organizations hire him to manage their organization, their own companies. So that means that they have the acumen, but they do not know how to bring it to a work of God, because the work of God is a religious entity. It's not seen as a government assignment. And because of that, you do not get the impact. The real weight of it is not felt. And that's the difference. All right? That's the difference. All right. Relational. Now, each of these areas, your gift could be in one area. In other words, if your gift is spiritual, deal with people with their purpose, that's different from if your gift has to do with people and their relationships. Your gift could be in a particular area. Right? Your gift could be in the other areas. So the idea is, even while you're listing them, when you go through them, is to find out, where does my gift, my real passion reside? Which area? And if it resides in a particular area, then I need to work on that area more. I need to be the expert in that area. And then, of course, I staff the other areas. When I say staff, I find people who have the gift for the other areas to help me with those other areas. You don't become a jack of all trades. Right? Question? Oh. Right? I don't know if you get that. Right? But so, for example, if my gift is when we go to the other areas, if my gift is in the area of finances, it means I need to connect with someone close to me to help me with my relationships, who has the gift in that area, to make sure that I'm on par, keep me accountable, right? Or the person who has to do with health and fitness and diet and all kinds of stuff, to keep me in check. I need to have somebody by my side or connected to keep me accountable, because my gift is in finance. I need to focus on that. I need to be the expert in that. But I could also provide financial services to these other people, because that's my gift. Specific financial services, because I'm gifted in a particular area in finances. You understand the difference? So there's where you have collaborations, where you have teams. Out of that, you form what you call conglomerates. Right? In fact, one of the organization we're actually building is a conglomerate, actually. I was just thinking about that. They relate that to the team and said, hey, well, this is not a simple organization. These are conglomerate. But the difference is what you're doing, you're pulling different people with their visions and you're connecting together. You're connecting. You want to build something where people feel the impact of it. All right? I see people here who have the same gift in different areas. What's the same gift? They have gifts in the same areas. You could collaborate and make something that's huge. You could come together, connect. You have your specific area. You're not competing. You're actually completing each other. Husbands and wife can do it. Different people can do it together. Right? Connect with other people in our organizations. But you're going after the pain, something you want to get rid of in the society or in the community or among the people or whatever it is. Some pain that is there that you want to get rid of. Right? Physical. Right? I like the area of appearance. Some people, that's their gift. They could tell you how to appear, how to do the appearance. Your fashion, how to match the clothes, what to wear, certain things. So they could design it. They can they can write a book on the whole thing. You understand what I'm saying? But it's not to shun it, it's to embrace it. It's to embrace that area. Because God has given you that. So that's physical. And then Right? Physical is more important than, but I put it this time, I put it in the order that I think it's supposed to be in, right? Spiritual, relational, physical. Right? The work can't be done without the body. Right? Okay? All right. We good here? Everybody have that? All right. Professional. Work cannot be done without the body. Just change something for me. Education really supposed to be certification. I was supposed to change that. Certification. Training is what you learn in the place you go, right? Whatever training that is. But education really is general, but it's really supposed to be certification there. What certification or qualification do I need to develop this or to master this? All right. I'm going to give you a little piece of additional thing inside here. All the people who deal with youths, all the groups or people who deal with youths, in other words, you work with youths all the time, you right? Here's what you do. Start getting them to prepare a separate file or book on them to write down all the things, the ideas and dreams and the things that they will love to do. Start telling them to write it. Whether it's they put it on the phone, they put it on a computer, they put it in a book, doesn't matter. Start getting them to start writing about themselves. About what is it they want to be, what is it they want to do, what are things they want to change in society, change in their life, how do they want their life to be different. Let them start writing it, start thinking along those lines. Okay, and meet with them. So when I meet with you and go through this stuff, meet with them. Clarify, get clarification. Right? Go ahead.
Questions being asked. What's the difference between skills and gifts and talents?
Right. Skill is something you are trained to do, which might not necessarily be your gift. Right. Talent now is related to your purpose or to your gift. I think I was discussing that sometime, and we had our challenge. Say that again. Built to run. Okay, you have the gift of speed, but your talent is the way you, what the talent is, how they train you right. For example, the way you run is the way your toes would design your foot, the length, the stride. That is the talent. You stride in a particular way. You cut the breeze in a particular way. That's talent. The gift is that you always end up in a particular location with less effort. So the gift, the talent is ammunition or equipment. The gift is the actual activity itself, which is related to your purpose. Right? So the activity, the fact that this guy always winning these races or always coming on top, that's the gift. But the equipment that he has, how he's built, what he has in his muscles, that's talent. There's a difference there. But they're related. As I say, they're related. Built a particular way, stride a particular way. And what the coach does, the coach's job now is to get you to take the equipment and refine the equipment to even go faster. Because he can see where the lag is, where you're a little off. Like if you just get this a little millimeter this side, he need to train the muscle to go in a particular direction more than what it's doing. So he gets you to go even further. So the coach's job is to see that. The most important part of a coach is ears and eyes. His ears and eyes. You have to hear certain things and see certain things. To be a proper coach, I think. Right? The skill, okay, they could be related, but I have to be careful. Skill is what, for example, I was told to go and learn a trade when I was young, so they trained me good to be a good plumber. So I have a skill of plumbing, but my talent could be singing. I have the voice for it. And when I sing, people are, woo. The gift is the effect that I cause to the people. But I was told I need to go and learn a trade, so I went. I said, okay, my daddy was doing plumbing, so I go and with plumbing too. So I learned the skill. I'm a skilled plumber, but that's not my gift. Now, if I could learn the skill of my gift, which is the ideal situation, that's what we want to get to. But it means that if the person learned his skill before he knows his gift, what we have to do is show him how to transition from just the skill to developing the skill of the gift now. In that area where he's really passionate about, he's really gifted in. You're always singing down the place and people say, well, shut up more now. Or they say, gosh, but you sing so nice. So, but that's not, he don't really, he just do that on the side, you know, or he might join a church and the church fine. You could really sing, boy, so he comes and he sings specials. But he's not really, he hasn't built it. They haven't decided, nah, we need to send this guy to do a special course so he can expand this. So people don't sometimes, so they don't think about that. So the idea is to get you to start thinking along those lines. Yeah, he's a problem, but here what? Listen to this fella. This man have it. You have something there. We need to send him. So that's where you bring you line up now your gift with the skill. So you learn the art. You learn the different ways, your diet, the way you eat, your breathing, all those things. In fact, there's some people here who have issue with who want to go into singing. There's a website I need to introduce you to. Very good guy. Does a whole training of to sing naturally. Right? I hate to hear people forced to sing. You must, because a long time I learned that singing is really melodious speech. It's just talking in melody. Eh? Man have it, man. Very good. And this guy is just good. He talks. When this guy talks, it's like he's singing. The way his voice, I was like, what is this? so that's how you connect the two. Right? Talent is equipment. Think of it as equipment. Right? I have the voice for it. I have the vocal cords. But the gift is when I sing, the effect that I cause. That's in line with my purpose. All right? We good with that? All right, let's go on. Professional, finance, right? We did professional, so finance, good. So financial, right, which has to do really with resources. It's just resources. You must be able to put a figure to your purpose, to your design, to the thing that you want to build, the work that you have to do. You must be able to put a figure to it. Because you want to be specific. This is what will cost to set this up, Lord. This is the figure. I itemize everything, which includes the car. Right? Or the transportation to carry the children around, whatever it is. Or the cars. It might not be one. Right? Or the resources to pay the people to get the work done. Because you have to pay people. Right? The people you'll need to pay, the quality of the people, and how much we need to pay them for you to get these quality people. For you to get the best, you have to be able to pay good. Right? You have to be able to pay good to get quality. But it's not your assignment. Thank God. Oh, what a relief, eh? That's a relief, eh? Thank God, I don't pay for this. Right? That's where you want to go. He has it. He has the resources for it. Okay? Thank God. Right. We moving on. Right? Sorry. Right. So we have this part now. Okay? Civic duty, citizenship. You are citizens of a nation. Anybody here have a copy of the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago? Right? You have the book itself, or you have it on PDF? Both. You have both. All right. Very good. I only have PDF. Sorry. You have the amendments also. The preamble. Very good. That's the way to go, man. Everybody is supposed to have a copy of the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago. It is your right. You have to know your citizenship. You have to know your rights. You're supposed to have a copy of that. Okay? Could you help them get a copy? Could you direct them? I don't know how to get it, or where to go and get the actual, how you, is there a procedure to actually get the book itself?
Copies of the Constitution, Act Number 4, the Republican Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, is available for sale at the Government Printery, which is at the corner of Victoria Avenue and Tragrit Road. Yeah, it was moved at a certain time, but it has gone back there. The entrance is actually on Victoria Avenue. Right now, however, the Constitution is being revised, and the copy of what is proposed as the draft Constitution is on the Ministry of Legal Affairs website, which is legalaffairs.gov.tt.
What's the cost of it?
I have no idea.
The one that was sold
I have
before. Yeah, 25? Right, I was told $25, okay? Great. I just had a PDF. I don't believe, I had too much books. That's what. But that's okay, you could go and buy it. You're supposed to have that. And helping people too, right? What you don't understand, ask a lawyer, I don't understand this. What does it mean? What is in mundane terms, right? So you get to understand it. That's one thing I was angry about, because I wanted to go to the reviews with the Constitution. I'm hearing it and reading it. Every time I hear it, I was like, Lord, I need to get here to this thing, right? I'm sorry I couldn't get to it because of all these different distractions. Right, but I'll keep the schedule. Is there next one in huh? Right, it have one in, I think is in South. The one in South, that gone. That was on the 19th. The one in Tobago, I think the one in Tobago, Monday, right. Right, that's what I wanted to go to. I was hearing it. Right? Because I was involved in the Technology and Communication Forum for the Technology and Communication Bill. And I wanted to find out if anything we discussed was in that reform. I wanted to find out at that stage. I just wanted to get it clear. In fact, when I could call Professor Einstein to find out if they was able to take anything from what we did into the to reform, the constitutional reform. That was done last year. We had those meetings, but that's work. You have to do it, right? Find out about, for example, you're dealing with youth, dealing with children, the bills that deal with children, all those things. Get to know them, get to understand, right? And then the other part of it is getting the Word of God, scriptures related to the area that you want to master. Right? You want to get that. Right, so we're good with this. Right? Civic duty, citizens, and so forth. All right. From the list, could you tell me where do you think your gift or your purpose or what you think it is? Could you tell me what you think, where do you think it fits in? Do you think you have an idea? It's okay if you're not sure as yet, but you have an idea where it might fit in. All right? Now, I haven't gone through the principles of purpose with you as yet. We'll do that when we deal with how to pursue the kingdom. Right? But at least I can give you some preliminary information. Right? I said before that purpose has to do with desire, design, and distinction. Right? Those three things helps. There are about 12 principles, but those three are crucial. Desire has to do with something that gets you passionate, angry or annoyed, or it bothers you, or you want to do something about it. Right? It's a passion, something you can't leave. Okay? You must do something about this. That's a passion. That's a desire. That's not just an